Hey there, hope you're enjoying the content. This quick commercial break is brought to you by On a Spot Live. I love telling people that purchasing your first spot is not hard at all. You can definitely do it. Many people understand that the first step is the pre-approval, but how do you get that? You need to put a few things together. Here's my official checklist. Ready? Check stubs, bank statements, tax filings, residential history, and your monthly budget. Go back as far as you can. 5 to 7 years is recommended. If you can put these things together, you'll already have much of what you need for your application. You'll be like halfway there. This message has been brought to you by On a Spot Live. Now let's get back to this fabulous content in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Sleeping, what y'all want?
My mom said I need to do something with my hair, otherwise I gotta get it all cut off.
We booked the appointment at Style Kings at the barbershop. Let's go.
Style King 4 blocks away?
Yeah.
Alright, let me brush my teeth. I'll be right out.
Don't take long.
Do you want fabulous hair? Are you looking for a product strong enough to tame your 4C hair?
I know she's not using all my conditioner. Hey, Mom! Hey, Mom, you don't have no more leave-in conditioner?
Give me that. I know you did not use my Style King leave-in conditioner with the coconut oil. Where you going?
I was gonna go to the
Well, guess what else you're gonna do? Well, you going to the store, so I need you to go ahead and copy some more of this King Pain leave-in conditioner with the coconut oil.
Are you looking to knock the dust off them dreads? For a product that will rejuvenate and strengthen your hair, increase hair growth and shine, and smells great? Well, then you're in the right place. For the long, beautiful, healthy hair you deserve, choose Style King. Perfect on all hair types. Available online at theofficialkingpain.net. Get you some style today. Y'all look nice. Tell Mom to stop tripping, okay? Oh, and your mom calls and she needs some more conditioner. And guilty, guilty, guilty. Oh, today. Oh, today was the day. Oh, Tory Lanez sentenced to 10 years on today when. And that's the sound of the Dusties getting popped when. Oh, it could have been a lot worse than that. Okay, I'm here. Stay tuned to find out exactly what happened in court today. You know, Fisher King Payne and our media team was frontline down at the court today. Okay, on period. Oh, Fisher King Payne got all of the receipts. Okay, on period. Make sure that you guys are liking this video, like this video, like this video, like this video right now. When okay, on period, we are getting ready to get into some things. And my damn dusties. Oh, hold on 1 second. Crown Family win. Oh, it's the death for me. Oh, like this video. Like this video. YouTube is mad at me. We got to stick together. And yes, it did. This is the official King Payne show here in the home of the Lituation, where it's always lit and never dry. Make sure that you guys are liking this video. Like this video right now, Crown Family. We have a lot of things to get into. Okay, on period. Before we get into some things, a few disclaimers before we get started. This video is not made for kids. No, it's not. And everything being shown to you guys during this video is being shown to you guys underneath the fair use and copyright doctrine. And here in the home of the Lituation, there is no rusty, dusty, musty, crusty, raggedy, dirty, crispy, sissy, pissy, or pussy assholes allowed. When okay, if you come over here being any of those things, my moderators will escort your dusty ass out. And yes, you do. Oh, who's ready to get into some things? Everybody, make sure that you guys are liking this video, like this video right now. Okay, on period. A lot of you guys forgot to like this video on the way in. It's all right. You still have time to like this video. YouTube is mad at me. I done rescheduled this video about 3 or 4 times. When we got to stick together, Crown Family. Like this video right now. Okay, on period. I was gathering my receipts. Okay, on period. Yes, sir. I was gathering my receipts. But we here live and in color. We here, we made it, and it is time for our Crown Family roll call. What a Crown Family at? What a Crown Family at? What a Crown Family at? Let me see those crowns in the chat, and let me know where you're watching from. Okay, on period. I'm so glad the Tory Lanez case is over. Okay, on period. I'm sure in Tory Lanez's mind, it's not over yet. Okay, on period. You know, a lot of people fight these type of cases, and I've seen people guilty of much worse offenses get out a lot sooner than their sentence because they continue to fight on the inside. So I'm sure he's going to keep the fight going. I heard somebody say that they think that he's going to get out in no less than 4 years. Okay, on period. So no, Crown Family win. I'll tell you what went on in court today, though. Yes, it did. 10 years. Oh, is what he got win. All that and more coming up after the break. Hey, Sadie Brody, what's going on, friend? Boots on the motherfucking ground. I know that's right. Yes, it did. I know that's right. Boots on the ground. Parade. Hold on 1 second, Will. Ooh. Okay. Everything's all in order. Let me turn on my CCTV. Yes, I gotta keep my eyes and ears to these YouTube streets. I have an obligation to the Crown Family. Yes, it did. Hey, Tamitra. Hey, Fire. Yes, she did. I know that's right. Period. And period. Yikes. She said, let's make it another lit night tonight. Last night, it was popping for sure. Informative, informational, and educational. That's the way we like it around here in the home of the Lituation. Hey, Tori. Hey, Tori Jackson Patina. What's going on? Ariel Summers in the house. What's going on, friend? Raphael in the building. Miss Rosler. Hey, Miss Rosler. Ooh. Hey, friend. What's going on? Ariel Summers in the building. I know that's right. Cool Gamer in the house. Hawk Poo in the building. I know that's right. Lock this video right now. We need YouTube to send our notifications out when here in the home of the lituation. Your support is the backbone of this platform. Win. Okay, we can't do it without your support. Okay. Um, the Cash App link is in the chat. It's our preferred donation method. YouTube is taking 45%. 45% out of our check. So if you like the content, please support. Okay, on period. And don't be dusty. Security. Yeah, don't be. If you come over here being dusty, my security will escort you out. Okay, on period. Just stand right here. Stand right here. I feel a dusty bitch girl. I feel a dusty bitch girl in the chat. Smell her even. Yes, it is. Stay right here. Okay, on period. Oh, they always pop out. They always pop out during this part of the show when it's time to donate. Yes, it did. Oh, like I said, if you're liking the content, please support Win. Don't be dusty about it. Okay, on here, because we have no problem scoring you out. Oh, moving right along. Hey, it's Jay. What's going on, friend? Thank you, friend. Janine in the building. It's the crown for me. Yes, 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. Somebody think that it's excessive, but it's less than half of the time that he could have got. Okay, on period. And according to his attorney, we are a long ways away from deportation. So I don't know if he has to serve his time and then they'll address the deportation, or if it's the all-in-one type of package. We were in the courthouse today, so later on in the show, I'm gonna have our media team come up and tell us exactly what was said in the courthouse. Again. Okay, the Fish King Paint is here with all of the latest news and gossip. Yes, it did. Hey, Patty Howard, what's going on? It's the crown for me. Adina. Adina. Hey, Adina, what's going on for you? Simply Alicia and the president of the home of the lituation. Hey, friend. What's going on, friend? Oh, I know that's right. Ooh, Usraya. Hey, friend. Ooh, lovely star in the building. Cherise in the house. Win, Sabrina in the building. It's money on the floor. It's money on the floor. Hey, Carolyn, what's going on? Miss Bennett in the house. Win, I know that's right. Guys, Erica Robinson, period. Periana to the period. Oh, it's the Philly girls for me. Shout out to Philly in the building. Represent your shade. Let me know where you're watching from in the building. Shout out to Judy Coles in the house. Win. I know that's right. I know that's right. Oh, Angel McCants in the building. We got Eris in the house. Hey, hey, Eris, how you doing, friend? Melinda Martinez in the building. I know that's right. Hazel Spray in the house. What's going on, friend? Hey, Freya. Nia Rich in the building. What's going on? Make sure that you guys are liking this video, sharing this video, subscribe to this video with all of your notifications turned on. Where this is the home of the lituation where everybody's opinion is respected as long as it's not a dusty one. Win. We want you to pop out the bushes. We want to hear from you. Matter of fact, we love to hear from you. Win. Okay, here. Shout out to all of the new subscribers. Oh, we've been growing so quickly. I'm telling you, we this close. We is close from 22,000 win. So if you haven't subscribed, matter of fact, go and check right now because YouTube be doing some weird shit, girl. Some weird purge and stuff. Girl, they always do that to me. They always do that to me when they be trying to make me work extra hard. When I've heard other content creators compare this to a slave ship, but y'all ain't heard this shit from me. Matter of fact, y'all all gathering close. Because YouTube is taking all the girl. Funds win, girl. They be acting funty with the algorithm win, girl. Yes, it did. It's okay. Because it's up and it's motherfucking stuck anyway when the other girls just going to have to catch the replay. Ooh, because we liking the video. We liking the video, King. Okay, oh, period. It's up and it's stuck. Shout out to Atlanta, Georgia in the house. We got St. Paul, Minnesota in the building. We got Columbus, Ohio. Hey, Carolyn. Ooh. Hey, what's going on, friend? Cherry Blossom in the building. Yes. Ooh. Oh, YouTube dude. Yep. I'm trying to tell you, when friend, they be acting strange here towards me. Make sure that you guys are liking this video, sharing this video, subscribe to this video with all of your notifications on. Um, that was our Crown Family roll call. We got Austin, Texas in the building. I know that's right. We got New Jersey in the house. I know that's right. We were the first, one of the first YouTube content creators down there front line for the Tory Lanez case. Yes, it did. Oh, yes, it did. And then, one thing led to another thing. And, being a part of the Tory Lanez trial has placed new eyes and ears on the platform. And I think that's amazing. A lot of people discovered this platform from the Tory Lanez trial because of the elevator incident where Tory was caught entering an elevator with juror number 39. Oh, unfortunately, whatever was said in the elevator didn't help his case whatsoever, because when the verdict came, it was all guilties. Guilty, guilty, guilty on all 3 charges. Okay, on period. We're going to talk about all that and more coming up. Shout out to Houston, Texas in the building. I know that's right. Hey, Tawana, what's going on? Hey, friend. Did you like this video? Did you like this video? Like this video right now, friend. Just liking this content. Okay, up here, we need YouTube booger to send out our notifications. Yay, sir. Yay, so I had came on to YouTube, okay, on period. And I just shared it with my audience. Okay, on period. Everybody was like, oh no, you need to report that, King. You need to report that, King. I said, girl, no, girl. I just thought it was interesting, something that, I should share with all of you. Girl, do you know by the time I woke up in the morning, it was all over the blogs. I'm talking about Media Takeout. I'm talking about the Shade Room. I'm talking about all of the blogs. Kim Barbie, it was everywhere. I go down to the courthouse like I do. Okay, on period. And this part of the reason I put together the media team and I don't be going down there like that. And why I'm so glad that it's over. Because I went down to court that day and the police was waiting for me at the courthouse. I said, oh no, I don't do the po-po. I don't do. See, one thing about the official, I don't do the po-po. I don't care. So anyway, as I'm going up to the 15th floor where the hearings were at the time, I am confronted by the police. And they want me to take a walk with them. I'm like, well, where we going? Where we going, Win girl? Where we walking to, honey? They said, oh, we seen your YouTube channel. I said, hey, yeah, it's good. My content is great. Yes. And they said that, we just want to get your statement about what you seen. I said, okay, but it's time for court, and I'm late. If you know the difference, Kingpin, I'm always late to something. When better late than ugly, though. Where my friend at? Better late than ugly. If you know anything about the Fish Kingpin, I'm always late to some shit. Okay, I'm here, so I'm late. Okay, I'm here, and I'm trying to get into the courtroom. So I'm like, "Ugh, if I go with y'all, because I know there's like a 50% chance I go upstairs. I'm so late that I may not get into the courthouse. I'm like, if I go with y'all, am I gonna be able to get into the courtroom? Like, y'all gonna get me in? They said yes, we'll get you in. I said, okay, where we going? Period. Yeah, it's so I went with them to, they have like an office there at the courthouse. I think it was on like the 12th floor, I want to say. I gave them my statement, and then they walked me into the courtroom, like just like they said they were. hmm Just like they said they would. Um, but yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. That's probably the last time I. Okay, period. Because again, you never know who's watching, and then from that day, I've been sending my media team down there. Shout out to Lisa Blonay, who's going to be on the show today. Okay, with Blonay Media. I've been sending her down there because sometimes having such a being so open with my opinion, I would say, because there were a lot of fans down there, was getting me some unwarranted, looks and ads and comments and hate. So I was like, girl, the verdict gonna be the same whether I'm here or not. Okay. Guilty, guilty, guilty. I was most definitely there for that. And everything else. Okay, I'm here. Nothing I'm doing is changing what Tory Lanez did. Whatever y'all get through. Like, y'all want to be mad at me, but y'all need to be mad at Short Daddy. Okay, on period. Because he did it. Not the official King Payne. Boom! 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 5 shots. 5 shots. And no remorse. He has shown no remorse ever since he tried to kill Megan Thee Stallion. Eyewitness testified he seen him trying to throw her in the lake. Okay, up here, Megan Thee Stallion got the kick in. She said, "You bitches got me fucked up with." She said, "Bitch." She started to kicking her motherfucking. Oh. Oh. That's what they said when it's not funny. It's not funny when, okay, up here. This is actually very serious, which is why Tory Lanez was sentenced to a decade. They said that to this day, he still hasn't taken accountability. He still has shown zero remorse. He is a menace to society, and he needs to be the example. My. My. And I think it's more of an example for foreigners, okay, on period, to send a message to people from other countries, okay, that it is not okay to come over here to America and attack Americans. That's what happened. Yikes, yikes. August Alsina, Prince from Love and Hip Hop, Megan Thee Stallion, so many others. His baby mama win, girl. He's been a menace to society since he got here. Okay, on Puriana. Puriana, girl, to the Purier. $2 years for each bullet he fired at Megan Thee Stallion. What are your thoughts, Crown Family? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. It is time for our All of the Blessing segment. Okay, on here, we just getting started. The show just getting started. When if you're liking the show, remember to support. The Cash App link is pinned in the chat. First of all, giving glory, honor, and thanks to God, who is the head of my life. When continue to cover me, when Lord. Okay, keep me far, far, far away from friends like Tory. Mm-hmm. Friends like Shanquila had. Mm-hmm. Keep me far, far away from people who don't have my best interest at heart. From that jealous spirit of envy and doubt, from all negative energy and all dark vibes, okay? Continue to cover me, Lord, from head to toe. Yes, it did. Anoint me from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. Continue to bless me, not only me, but bless this platform, bless my audience. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Shout out to the Crown family, who's always supporting me. You guys are the backbone of this platform. We cannot do it without you. When continue to support. Shout out to the Lituation Network. Shout out to all the new subscribers, all the returning subscribers. We can't do it without you. Okay, on period. Do you know that a certain critter went down to the courthouse looking for me? A dusting we will go. A dusting we will go. Because, like I stated, I've been covering the Tory Lanez case since it started. I was going down there, I was front line, I was live with everybody else, but then it just started to get dusty. After the police came, I didn't go back, you know, and I started sending my media team. And this crusty, dusty, musty, raggedy, dirty Christmas pissy pussy hole went down to the courthouse weird, making like he was interested in the Tory Lane trial, all the while asking people questions about me. Oh, but I tell you, it took everything in me not to go down there when. Oh, I said, I should just go spin the block on him, wait outside on him when. But I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Because that's what he want me to do. That's what he want me to do. Oh, God continues to wrap his arms around me when, and you'll never be able to touch me. Period. It's given obsessed. It's given obsessed. Oh, is the girl following me or no? There can only be one official. Oh, very obsessed, very, very weird energy, and everything is being documented and forwarded to the proper authorities. Because one thing about me is I don't care about none of that. None of that. Okay, it was nothing but God. While I was not down there at that courthouse, I actually had company. Okay, on period. And I was at an award show the previous day. So, had it not been for all of those things, girl, I probably would have been down there. But God. And like I said, I don't care about none. Y'all see what happened at Zeus. Y'all see what happened at Zeus. I don't care about none of that. Everybody would have been. Presence of the Lord is here. Feel it in the atmosphere. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. Lord, keep me covered, Lord. Keep me covered when, because unlike the critters, we got a lot going on. Okay, on period. Clearly, they have nothing to lose. Okay, nothing go on, which is why they're following me everywhere, imitating me, idolizing me. Look, I'm not God, girl. Go get you some God today. You okay? Following me everywhere is not going to do nothing for you. I don't know what it's doing for you. Okay, on period. Asking about me gonna get you in trouble. Okay? So keep on doing what you're doing. Yes, it did. Oh, shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everybody watching. Y'all stay prayed up. Y'all keep me in your prayers when I want us all to say a special prayer tonight for that critter. Okay, on period. Yeah, so say a special prayer for that critter. Okay, on period. We got a lot of things to get into, Crown Family. Make sure that you guys are liking this video, sharing this video, subscribe to this video with all of your notifications turned on. This is the official King Pain Show. This is the home of the lituation. This is the latest place on earth where a pussy hole could always never. I keep telling these folks I ain't got no pussy. I checked. I ain't scared of no hole. You better ask about me, weird greed. Where it's always lit and never dry. This is the marathon, not a race, Crown Family. Make sure that you guys are liking this video, sharing this video, subscribe to this video with all of your notifications turned on. Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years today. Oh, and a lot of girls are upset. A lot of girls are upset when I think it could have been a lot worse than that. I do. Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, can finally get some peace. Okay. She also sends a letter to the judge recommending that he gets the max. She said, sentence his dusty ass to the fullest extent of the law. She said, lock him away for life. She said she'll never want to see his dirty ass again. She said that she ain't never, ever had a single day of peace since the motherfucking incident happened. She said she's just been traumatized ever since. Every day is just something. That's what she said when she said she don't want to see him no more. When she said no more. She said fullest extent. Oh, this after Iggy Azalea said she was duped. She said he duped me when she said I wrote a letter, but I didn't know it was gonna be public. Yeah, I have to go. He said, did I say that? See, he told me that it was never gonna see the light of day. Like I thought it was just gonna be read by the judge. I said, she got to be slow. Is Iggy for American? Iggy is American. Don't she know everything in the federal case is damn near public information? That the hoes can just Google that shit like they're going motherfucking Pacer. Okay, get them account and win. Get all of that shit. Go down to the courthouse here in California, win with your laptop, girl. Get all of that shit. Oh. So now that her statement has been released, she submitted another statement, pretty much just saying, like, you know, she not with any of that shit. And that she didn't know what's gonna be public. She's Australian. Okay, I think she's I don't think she's American. She's Australian. Okay, on period. That's probably why she ain't no win. Okay, on period. Because she really received a lot of backlash as well. So let's jump right into the commentary. Again, you guys, make sure that you guys are liking this video. I have some articles here I want to share with you guys. Okay, on period. Let's jump into this Iggy Azalea situation. Okay, on period. Because yesterday, I don't know if you guys got the show. I was like, she got her nerves vouching for Tory. You know what I'm saying? Like, go and sit down somewhere, you know? Go and sit down somewhere. And I hope that, you know, if you ever run into Megan Thee Stallion that she pop you in your motherfucking mouth when, cause you got your nerves. Okay, on period. Iggy Azalea, excuse excuse me for having a heart. Tory Lanez doesn't deserve 5+ years in prison. My. My. Waffle come. Was you there? Iggy Azalea's letter of support for Tory Lanez ahead of his sentencing for Megan Thee Stallion is triggering an avalanche of backlash, but the fancy rapper says it's totally unfair. For starters, she didn't know her passionate plea would be for public eyes. My. But she's doubling down on feeling Tory doesn't deserve more than 5 years for the shooting. You guys let me know in the chat, Crown Family. What do you think? Tory should have got less than 5 years. 10 years is too much. Put a 1 in the chat if 10 years is too much. Okay. Put a 2 in the chat if you think 5 years or less. 5 years or less. My. You know, he fired a gun that he was not supposed to have. He was technically on probation. You just have to be there in court. He concealed the weapon. Like he knew what he was doing. I don't think that it's like they tried to, in my opinion, kill Megan Thee Stallion. I think they all plotted against her, in my opinion. I think it was a plot by him, Kelsey, and the driver, if you ask me. They all planned to get Megan drunk, shoot her, and throw her in the river. And that was the spot they decided to do it at. But the plan didn't work. That's what I think. But it is what it is. Well, the girls are saying, oh, 5 years or less. 5 years or less. Okay, on period. I can see if it was an accident, but this was intentional. And he hasn't shown any remorse. He hasn't apologized. I can see if he apologized and he was remorseful and he was trying to make it up to Megan, but he's done everything in his power to capitalize from this. He's done everything in his power. He's made music videos antagonizing Megan. He's made merchandise. He's made albums. He's put out tweets. He's had his fans antagonizing Megan. Like, he hasn't shown that he's remorseful. Hell, he hasn't even admitted to pulling the trigger to this day. So, you just got to think of it like if that was your family member, like if that was your relative, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, even your mother, like. And then Megan is a rapper. She has a whole career, dancing and using her feet. He shot her in the feet. He tried to take her life away in so many ways. Somebody said he got what he needed. F around to find out when. Okay. Furthermore, he is not American. We don't even get those type of privileges. Why are you guys condoning a foreigner? Not even like that, but like the Shanquilla situation. Like, they went to Mexico and Shanquilla still doesn't have justice. Shanquilla's family still doesn't have justice. If they were to go back to Mexico, Mexico fully intends to make an example out of the Cabo Five and show the world they're nobody to play with. And all of those girls probably get a lot of time if they end up back in Mexico. Hmm. Yeah, he's not even from here. He's not even from here, so it makes sense that they want to send a message to anyone from other countries who come here and do things like that. This is not okay. You will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Period. Iggy barked back at her haters after it came out in court that she asked the judge to give Tory a transformational, not life-destroying sentence, at point with which she says many people agree. Iggy's silver sliver of mercy for Tory was met with disrespect, especially when it was revealed Megan herself felt the complete opposite, as she felt her attackers shown a blatant lack of remorse since the July 2020 shooting. Before the trial, Iggy and Tory were working on music together, a project he was greatly excited about when we spoke to him about it, but it never happened. Iggy says she and Tory haven't been in contact for months, but she still fully supports prisoners in general being rehabilitated. My, my, my. My, my, my. Um, I feel like Tory kind of duped her. Had she known that this is going to be public, I don't feel like she would have agreed to it. Um, I feel like she probably, she doesn't owe Megan anything, and again, they were working on music together, so um, if it could help him, I feel like she was doing it from a point to where, like, oh, if it can help him get less time or a lighter sentence, you know, then sure, I write you a statement. But as far as going to court, testifying, taking a stand, or it's being, public, I don't feel like she would have agreed to anything like that. Um, Absolutely not. Look, all skin folk ain't kin folk, okay, on period. Tell him, friend. Um, Davin said he will do 4 years. He not the homie from the corner store, so use a higher tier when you approach conclusions. They are hoeing to want to dip him. Yo, Canada after ASAP. Yeah, I think they're gonna I think he goes to he may get deported afterwards. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, like I told you guys earlier, Megan Thee Stallion had a completely different tune. Okay, she too also wrote a letter to the judge. Let's see what Megan had to say. You guys make sure that you guys are liking this video, sharing this video, subscribe to this video while all of your notifications turned on. Like this video right now. Like this video right now. Like this video right now. Okay. Megan Thee Stallion has not experienced a single day of peace after Tory Lanez shot her, she says in a written statement. My. In a written statement Monday, Megan Thee Stallion said she has suffered daily since Tory Lanez shot her in the feet 3 years ago. My. It's been a whole 3 years, huh? It's just hit August. My. Since I was viciously shot by the defendant, I have not experienced a single day of peace, Megan said in a statement read by District Attorney Ta. Slowly but surely, I'm healing and coming back, but I will never be the same. Lanez was found guilty of 3 felonies: assault with a semi automatic firearm, having a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence in December for leaving the rapper wounded with bullet fragments in her feet. Megan, who testified during the trial, said she struggled with whether she would appear to give the statement in person, but said she simply could not bring myself to be in a room with Tory Lanez again. She asked that her absence not be taken as a sign of indifference and urged the judge to issue a stiff sentence. Oh, she said prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. Okay, on period. My. So again, Megan Thee Stallion has a whole different attitude when it came down to the sentencing, which is part of the reason that Iggy Azalea was receiving um so much backlash. Okay, on period. So again, today Tory Lanez was sentenced. Okay, on period. Let's get into what that sentence was. Blonay is here. Let me give you the link. Blonay. Yes, it did. Blonay is um the media team, the Lituation media team win, okay, on period. And she was down there, front line, okay, in the courthouse with her notes, okay, on period. So I'm gonna bring her up so we can talk about it when. Um, what's going on with this link? Okay, there we go. There goes the link from. Okay, on period. So, Tory Lanez sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. My. Tory Lanez addressed the court before he was sentenced, saying he wanted a chance, has a son that needs him, and to better himself. He asked the judge to allow him the opportunity to prove himself and understood just how serious the charges were against him. He also addressed the public's view about him, says he's not a monster without sympathy or remorse, and apologized for his mistakes the night of the incident. Tory said Megan Thee Stallion was a friend to him. Like I said, we're friends like these. Oh, and they both bonded over the fact they lost their mothers. Tory took full responsibility for his wrongs and once again asked for a chance to prove he learned his lesson. Tory Lanez has just been sentenced to 10 years in prison after being found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. The rapper's sentencing was handed down Tuesday in LA after almost a full 2 days of sentencing hearings. Tory was facing over 22 years in prison. The sentencing was actually delayed several times over the last few months. At one point, Tory begged the judge, please don't ruin my life, sir. You guys all know Tory has been acting out in jail, acting as if, he is affecting him so much that he's nonverbal and he's having to stay in solitary confinement. Then you hear his attorney saying, oh, he's helping all these people in jail. Like, which is it? Is he depressed and solitary confinement, or is he in general pop helping all of the prisoners do what exactly? As we reported, Tory was found guilty in December of shooting Megan. Video obtained by TMZ from the now infamous moment back in 2020 showed Megan limping near the where SUV and leaving behind a trail of blood. My. Tory was found guilty of all 3 charges against him: negligence, negligent discharge of a firearm, assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and carrying a loaded and unregistered firearm. The jury verdict was met with serious pain from Tory's family as it was read because several members, including his dad and stepmom, shouted, "This system stands before God." Some of his family members were even escorted out of the courtroom. My. Ooh, let's talk about it. When we got Lisa Blonate in the house. Sources connected to the case told us the Canadian rapper's lawyers were in contact with immigration officials before the verdict came in, saying they were informed there was a strong chance he could be forced to leave the country, but obviously that hasn't happened. A petition also grew online after the verdict in support of Tory, and Tory even hired high powered lawyer Jose Baez to work on his appeal. Baez, who won an acquittal for Casey Anthony back in the day, joined us on TMZ Live in January, telling us he was all in to help Tory out, adding he was pretty confident in getting the job done, claiming there were numerous procedural errors during the trial. Again, Crown Family's own Lisa Bonet was down at the courthouse today and she filmed Jose Baez's statement regarding Tory Lanez case. We're going to take a peek at that right now. Okay, and period. If you guys are liking this video, make sure that you guys are supporting this video. The Cash App link is pinned in the chat. We can't do it without your support. Crown Family win. Oh, shout out to our media team win who's getting ready to come on. Okay. Oh, shout out to Lisa. I see you backstage, friends. So I'm gonna play your audio right now, and then I'm gonna pull you up.
What's up? What's up? Let me put my purse down, y'all, because I'm all discombobulated around here. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? So I'm gonna let you know that we are at the Tory Lanez sentencing, okay? And the judge has ruled. What's up, bedroom candy? The judge has ruled. You guys go ahead and get in here, get in here, get in here. I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what happened. Okay, hello? Hey y'all, what's up? We are live at the Tory Lanez sentencing today, okay? And I want to break down exactly what the judge, what the sentence was and what he gave Tory Lanez. It was very emotional for me. Although I'm not Team Tory Lanez, I'm going to go ahead and break down exactly what the judge said and how much time he gave. Okay, well, I'm just going to break down the time, how much he got. Okay, because that's what you guys are here for. All right, so Tory Lanez was sentenced to a total of 10 years. That's what I said. I said 10 years in prison. You guys can take it for what it's worth. I don't know how you feel about that, but he was sentenced to 10 years, and I'm going to break it down for you guys, okay? Hold on, because I forgot my notebook at home, so I had to borrow paper from people, all right? Hold on, y'all. Okay, so. All right, so, hey, what's up, King? Yeah, they sentenced, Yeah, they sentenced Tory Lanez to 10 years. Okay, so I'm going to break it down for you. On count one, he was sentenced to 6 years, okay? He was found not eligible for probation simply because of a nexus, which means that the argument that the defense put up with him having mental illness, him having abuse, alcohol use disorder, it has to be a nexus. I don't know what the word nexus means, but to me it means a connection. It has to be a connection to the actual incident that happened, and the judge found that not to be true. Okay, so the final argument, although it was great from Jose Baez and Barhoma, and I don't know the other counsel that sits on the defense, but he spoke a lot. Okay, they gave a good defense. but it just wasn't good enough. And you know why? And I told you guys this. It was because of Tory Lanez actions, not only after the incident and before trial, but after trial. And I told you guys that was going to be the nail in Tory Lanez's coffin, was him going online, the tweets. That's what sealed his fate. If he had not gone online, I'm telling you guys this right now, he would not have got that much time. Although he was not eligible for probation on any of the counts, simply because the alcohol use disorder and the fact that he had mental illness did not fly. It did not fly with the judge. Okay, so we already knew he wasn't going to get probation. Yeah. Okay. Now he also on count 1 he got 6 years. Count 2 he received 4 years. Okay. And count 3. Let me see. Now they said 2 years was going to run concurrent.
2 years stay.
2 years what?
2 years stay.
What does that mean?
That just means 2 years, but if you do good, you get dropped.
Oh, okay. So he has 2 years of stay, meaning that, and someone explained to me, meaning that if he's on good behavior and stuff, they'll drop those 2 years. Okay. So I'm giving it to you just so you know, King. You can go ahead with the story, okay? And I'm ready when you are as well, because I didn't get your message until, our phones are locked up, turned off, and inside of a container when we go inside the court. So I didn't know you were texting me. And then I didn't leave here until really, really late. So I was 6:30. And then I took the bus home. So that's what took me so long to get home. But I'm available within like 10 to 20 minutes, okay? Yeah, so.
And we all are going to make sure that we look out for Lisa tonight. She's going to give us her Cash App win. And we all consider a little something win for going down there and, sitting in the courtroom, taking really good notes for us and keeping us up to date on everything as far as the Tory Lanez case. She's been very dedicated. She's had to catch a bus and Ubers and all kind of things to get there. So we're just going to show her our appreciation for the content. Okay, on period. She's going to come up here momentarily and tell us exactly what went on in the courthouse, break down some of the statements, and Tory's reaction, his family's reaction, all of that. So she captured Jose Baez. They had a press conference after the case. Here's what he said.
That is the breakdown. Okay, so now he was given time served from July 12th of 2020 when he was convicted, not arrested. That was his conviction. You remember at the conviction, he was immediately taken into custody. Okay, so he's been in jail since then. The judge gave him 231 days credit plus 41 days. I didn't break that down. But total of 301. Yeah, total of 305. 305. Yeah, the total that credit he was given was 305 days. Okay. Now, some people are saying that Tory Lanez, and I'm not going to lie, when the defense put on their argument and they put the video on, it touched my heart. But I'm an empath, so it doesn't count.
What video?
Yes. It touched my heart to see everything that Tory Lanez, like, he's a double-edged sword. Who knew that Tory Lanez, I did not know.
They put together a PowerPoint and a slideshow or something.
He's a good artist, but at the same time, I'm not really a fan of Tory Lanez. I can't be a fan of everybody. It's not my generation, so I cannot be a fan of every damn body. But to know that Tory Lanez did all of this philanthropic work and all these good deeds and helped all these people out the kindness of his heart really says something. And it did move the judge. It didn't move him that damn much. I mean,
okay.
But we have to think about what Nipsey Hussle said in one of his raps. He said, judge ain't sympathizing, court don't show forgiveness. So the judge cannot use sympathy, just like he can't use race. He can't use celebrity status in his decision, and that's the reason why he stands as the judge, right? And we would appreciate that if that was one of our family members that had been attacked, or if we were on the other side of the spectrum, you would want a judge like that to be fair and impartial. And I think that the judge was fair and impartial because he stayed pretty steady and consistent and above board for the entirety of this process. So I do believe that the prosecution did do a good job as well. In their argument, Alexander Bott, he's good. Kathy Todd is good. They're good at what they do, right? But at the end of the day, Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years, you guys. Now, me personally, not that you guys want to care, but I don't think he should have gotten no damn 10 years. That's too fucking long. It just is. It's too long for me. I would have been happy with 3 years. I would have been happy with 5. I did want him to be held accountable for his actions. And
And I got a question for Lisa when she comes up here. Okay, on period. What if it was you he shot? I got a question for everybody in here. Okay, on period. What if it was you he shot? What if you were Megan Thee Stallion in this situation? Would you still be happy with 3 years or 5 years? Let me know in the chat. So Jose Baez is coming out.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. So you guys, they're about to come out. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you can see the council come out. Okay, you guys. And can I stand on the stair? I'm gonna stand on the stair. Oh, I'm gonna turn around, y'all.
I think sentence handed down was incredibly harsh. I have seen cases, I think with homicide and other cases where there's death and the person still gets less than 10 years. In this case, to get a 10-year sentence is extreme. And really just another example of someone being punished for the celebrity status, and someone being utilized as to send an example. And he's not an example, he's a human being. And I think it's incredibly unfortunate, and it's something that we plan on appealing. Incredibly disappointed that the district attorney's office didn't step up and put their money where their mouth was in this case. But hey, that's certainly within their discretion, and that's why you have two sides to the argument.
You came in late to this case. What would you have done differently? What would you have done differently? Because you came in late.
I would have won the case. That's what I would have done differently. I think this case was handled incredibly poorly. The attorney had 2 weeks to prepare for trial, and we would have come in prepared and ready to show that police Star Peterson was innocent of these charges. So,
how is his demeanor right now? How does Mr. Peterson handle it?
Like any human being would be, incredibly sad and down, knowing that he's not going to be around his child for such an extended period of time, and knowing that he's not going to be able to be there for the countless number of people who are dependent upon him, and for his whole life's purpose, which is to help people and to be a beacon of light for some people. Look, even if you want to believe that he's guilty of these charges, one night, something so out of character, does not judge an entire person's life. And I think that, I do this for a living for 2 reasons. One, because not everyone is guilty, and 2, because just because someone makes a mistake doesn't mean they should pay for it for the rest of their lives the way this situation turned out. So it's something that we're all motivated to try and turn around and fight for. It's a difficult job, and especially when so many people cry for blood out there.
Did Tory tell you anything before he was taken in?
Yeah, thank you. You
said that it was one night. The judge said today that one of the main aggravating factors was the post arrest Raymond's behavior, the disinformation campaign. That's not one night.
Well, it's not one night, but let's face it. There was a lot of back and forth going on. Both rap artists are even competing diss tracks. They both have a platform, and as I mentioned earlier, this is no different. This is no different than other relationships where people turn to social media to voice their discontent with the other. And unfortunately, these two individuals have a much higher audience, and they're much more in the spotlight. So, post behavior, I'm sorry, I didn't see the level of severity that the prosecution is claiming it was. To somehow indicate, because a person feels wronged by prosecutors, to somehow think that they have a target on their back. Quit crying about that. I mean, he didn't have a problem coming out here in front of the entire world and being in front of the cameras and making statements every day. So he should be a big boy, put his big boy pants on, and expect somebody to respond. And that's all Tory was doing, was responding. So I think everyone has the right to respond when criticized and when called out the way he was called out. So that's quite frankly to try to utilize that when you have the authority and ability and the discretion to prosecute. I think that's a little bit over the top. So
can you talk about the next step and your motion for bail?
Sure, we're filing a motion for bail pending appeal, and the reason for that is there are significant issues, appellate issues that we've laid out in our motion for new trial. We tried our best to lay out, but we have very strong issues from the appeal that we've uncovered. And given that, the law says that he's entitled to bail pending appeal.
What do you think his chances are at the second?
Well, as far as the appeal is concerned, I think they're very strong issues, incredibly strong issues that stem from an original fact that his attorney had a conflict of interest that carried out his trial. Evidence came in that should not have come in about his attorneys and his defense. And the fact that an entire day of testimony went by without the ability to cross-examine DNA evidence that exonerates him. The prosecutor kept saying that there was misleading, that he was talking about misleading evidence in DNA. It wasn't misleading. What was presented was misleading. Daystar PMC's DNA was not on that gun, period. And for them to try and spin it by saying you can't say his DNA is not on that gun is a bunch of baloney.
So who fired that weapon then? If you're saying he did, his DNA is not on that gun. Did he fire or did someone else?
It's obvious if someone shoots a gun 5 times and there's no DNA, it's not him. So it's not my job. It's not my job to prosecute this case. It's my job to defend Daystar PMC. And quite frankly, I think it's incredibly unlikely to have someone in a high stress situation fire a gun 5 times. It's immediately recovered and swabbed, and the person's DNA nor fingerprints are on that gun. So,
Well, let me ask. During the hearing, you said that somebody would have to, paraphrasing, be out of their mind to pull a trigger 5 times on somebody, and then you mentioned the only reason that they would do that was because of some type of infirmity like PTSD or alcohol. So are you saying that it seemed almost to me like it was an admission, or was that just for the purpose of the hearing today?
No, it wasn't an admission. Every single person in that crowd was drunk that night. So it's not an admission, but we're in a very difficult situation when a person maintains their innocence and they want mercy from the court. They're supposed to admit guilt to get mercy. I don't believe in that. That's not the way our system should be set up. But unfortunately, it's a way that our system functions. You tell that to the man or woman who does 30 years in prison for a crime they didn't commit, and then have to admit that I had at sentencing beg for mercy and show some type of remorse, because that's the only way I would get it at that time. I think that's unfair. I think it's unjust It's unconstitutional and certainly shouldn't be permitted or accepted in our courts.
So are you guys still putting this on Kelsey?
We're not putting anything on anything. I don't prosecute cases.
Well, what do you think about Kelsey
leave it
waiving
at that.
her Fifth Amendment in comparison to the judge trying to get Tory Lanez to be remorseful by violating his constitutional rights?
Again, it's not my job to represent Kelsey, so I'm not going to comment on Kelsey, Megan, or anyone else other than these documents. So.
But in the appeal process, do you think that Kelsey Harris will be a factor?
I think the evidence, well, just so you know, in the situation with appeals, the issue is, did the accused receive a fair trial? It's our position. We think there's significant reasons to say no. And that's why that's what the main focus of the appeal will be, not directed at any one individual.
What will happen with deportation?
We're nowhere near that stage yet. So immigration is not something I handle. It will be turned over to another lawyer.
Total sentences, 10 years.
10 years. 6 plus 4.
We heard from Tory today. Did you guys know that he was going to speak ahead of time? Was that something he decided to do?
It's something he decided to do. And I advised him, look, whatever, if you want to say something, just say it from the heart. Don't rehearse anything. And when you look at this case, why don't you wait and hear everything out? And if you still feel you want to make a statement, make it. And that's exactly what he did. Thank you all very much.
Okay, on period. I know that's right. You guys make sure that you guys are following Lisa Blonay on Instagram. Our media team win. Okay, on period. You get it there first. The link is in the chat. Okay, on period. Watch the whole video win. See the critter pop up. Okay, on period. See my stalker pop up win in the footage win. Okay. See Waldo pop up in the motherfucking footage win. Okay, on period. Yes, we have Lisa Blonay of the Lituation Media team in the building. She was in the courthouse. She knows everything. She took really good notes, by the way. You guys all show her a lot of love in the chat. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? I can't hear you, friend. You're on mute.
Hey, what's up, King?
Hey, how are you?
I am fine. What's up, mods in chat? How you guys doing, King family?
First of all, start off by giving us your Cash App.
Oh, my Cash App is Blonay LA. So BLONAE LA.
Okay, on period. Oh, you guys show her a lot of love in the Cash App. She was catching buses, Ubers, and all of that. She put in a lot of time going down there for us so that we have all of the information ahead of time. Okay, on period. So yeah, bless Blonay. Her Cash App is on the screen. Okay, so how was court today, Blonay? I'm sorry.
Court was very intense. It was emotional, and it was a it was a learning lesson because I've never experienced this. So it was definitely a learning lesson, and yeah.
So they sent in over 75 statements on Tory Lanez's behalf. You had to sit through all of the statements?
Well, the judge he summarized some of the letters. He personally read all the letters, but in court, he summarized some of the letters. He read off all the names of the 75, but he did not read them verbatim, no, to us. He pretty much summarized about 7 of them. And then, yeah, he just summarized them and gave us the names of everyone who, wrote the letters.
Outside of Iggy Azalea, who else was on there that was surprising?
Yeah, including his baby mama, a doctor, the person that did his hair plugs. He had a lot of people write letters for him.
Iggy Azalea was like the only celebrity?
She was the only celebrity, and I would beg to question where was everybody else that was on board with Tory Lanez while he was taunting and teasing and, running around and actually terrorizing in a way, if you think about it, Meg Thee Stallion. There were a lot of people that were on board with him, that were co-signing, giving him big ups in his comments. Where are you guys? Now, I didn't expect a baby or anything like that to be at court, but I would at least expect them to write a letter to support their.
Like Meek Mills and all of them who were bigging him up, patting him on the back, like, he did nothing wrong, and now when he needs them, they didn't even write him a statement.
Right. So yeah, but basically, what I wanted to start off by saying is when Jose Baez, the clip that you just saw, where he said that there was no admission when the girl who was the woman that was standing next to me asked, was this some type of admission? And the defense said it was no admission that Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion. This is what the prosecution kept bringing up, because one of the points that they were trying to push was, and today what they did last minute was they brought in two character witnesses, or two character, professionals. A professional doctor and his baby mama stood, to speak on behalf of Tory Lanez and to explain how he suffers from a condition called alcohol use disorder. Okay. And I don't know where they got that from, because, what I'm saying, as far as hip hop culture is, everybody knows somebody that got that. My mama, my daddy, my uncle, the last two men I was with, so they tried to throw that in there, that he gets too drunk because he has alcohol use. So they tried to push that with the doctor. Okay, the doctor came and spoke. And then after that, his baby mama spoke. And she told us of a time where he was coming off tour from London. He actually had to be carried off of the plane because he started having seizures. He had to be carried off the plane. He went to he was hospitalized. They had to pump his stomach. And they were trying to speak on this alcohol use, theory. And the judge didn't buy it. He wasn't too fond of them coming in after the fact, right? And the thing about it is the doctor saw him like yesterday. And so when the rebuttal came from the prosecution was like, well, how do you know how much he drinks? Did that come from the defendant? Like, did Tory Lanez tell you? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, and then they asked the doctor, well, doctor, don't you have to have some type of documentation? Don't you have to look at some type of records or something like that? Don't quote me on it, but they asked for another question. And she was like, yeah. He was like, well, did you have that? She was like, no. Judge threw it out. The judge didn't consider, he took it into consideration, but he didn't count it. He was like, no. So, yeah, that was one of the main things, but let me see.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
I just want to tell you a little bit about his demeanor for Tory Lanez.
Yes, how was Tory Lanez looking? How was the family looking? Did his dad have any outbursts in court like last time? That was so scary. You weren't there for that outburst, were you?
Yeah.
When we got locked in the courtroom, girl, I was like, that was crazy. All the police came in, girl. The dad went crazy at sentencing. Guilty. It's system. It's corrupt. He jumped all the way across the courtroom like.
Well, he apologized to the judge yesterday. He did apologize to the judge for his outburst. And so he did apologize, but his family was calm. There was only 8 people allowed to come in as his family. So his brother was there, his mom, his dad, his baby mama, and the other people I don't know. I think his manager and things like that. But they had a calm demeanor. When the sentence was read, the baby mama did cry. And I don't know if she left right when they said it or directly after, but she left the courtroom as well. Yeah. But Tory Lanez, he had his regular skull cap on. He was engaging. He has the prison, what is that called? The prison garb on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He had that on, so he was kind of like drowning in it. Like maybe it was too big for him, but he wasn't slumped over. He was handcuffed. I remember yesterday I told you that he wasn't handcuffed, but he was, because he's handcuffed at his waist. So, they have a chain around his waist, and then they have each arm handcuffed. Okay. So he was handcuffed. But yeah, what I can tell you is that when the judge was talking, he was engaged. He was looking at the judge. Whenever his counsel talked, he was engaged too as well. Now, when the prosecution would get up to speak, there was a death stare. I'm telling you. Now, it was subtle, but it was a death stare. I mean, who wouldn't be looking at somebody trying to bury you? You know what I'm saying? Anybody in that position would be like, motherfucker, please. Like, you know, so he kind of had that look on his face. Also, when his baby mama came up to speak, he looked at her intensely, like almost lovingly. Now, he never smiled, but you know how when you smile, like Tyra Banks, you know, and you kind of say something without saying a word. So he kind of smiled with his eyes. He was intensely looking at his baby mama, and it's understandably so. Even though she was saying horrible things about him to try to get him off. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't saying good things. So
Yeah, I just think it's too little, too late. Like all of this should have happened during the initial trial. Did Tory Lanez speak? I heard something about Tory Lanez wanting to speak.
yes, he did. As a matter of fact, he did speak, and I mean, he said basically what any of us would say when we're trying to get us off, right? Trying to make us look as good as possible. Let me see. Now, Tory Lanez started out with, you know, he wanted to pay his respects to the court. He said he didn't prepare a statement. I didn't want to speak, but I want to be honest with you. These are just little excerpts. I couldn't catch everything. He says, I've never been in a situation before, meaning he'd never been arrested and, like, you know, in jail. And it's true. He doesn't have a record, y'all. And that counted for him. That was one of the mitigating circumstances. The mitigating factors. So mitigating factors would be for Tory Lanez, and the aggregating factors would be against him. So that was one of his mitigating factors. Okay. And what else did he say? Now, he said, I've never been in a situation before. And despite my trauma in my youth, I promised myself that I would not be in this position. He said his name is Dave Peterson, and he lives a revolutionary life, and his family preached purpose to him. So, you know, he came from a real strong Christian background as far as his father and his mother. And he talked about being a light to people and to heal those in need. And that is exactly what he was doing when he was the good Tory. I mean, he did a lot.
Let's talk about that, because they did all of that. You said they showed a video and all kind of stuff in court. It actually took 2 whole days of them, you know, doing character statements and showing videos and all of that. What were they showing you guys? What kind of good deeds? I know everybody's talking about Mr. Santa Claus. What was he doing for the community of Canada, or the community of what?
All the community of America, most definitely.
Oh, the community of America.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one thing you can't take away from Tory Lanez is he did a lot.
What he was doing?
He started, I mean, from the turkey drives, from Brooklyn to California, to Atlanta. He did the 100 Fathers, where he got, you know, he put together this coalition to help 100 fathers that were incarcerated, you know, to help them out. What else did he do? He paid rent for someone who had multiple dystrophy, I think it is, multiple sclerosis. He paid her rent for a year. And he did so much that I can't even remember. He did turkey drives. He did when COVID started, he did a water drive where he personally would take the waters and put them in the cars. Like, he was hands-on, and he spent a lot of money to help the community. We cannot take that away from Tory Lanez.
Yeah, you know, that's all called a tax write-off. What do you think that his plan was for Megan Thee Stallion?
What do you mean?
You know, all of those things take, you know, planning and stuff like that. I feel like all of them planned to take Megan Thee Stallion out that day.
Oh, well, you know, me personally, this is what I think. I think that even though she got shot, and I know this is going to sound kind of crazy, but I think this is part of hood culture. I really do. I think it's part of hood culture. I think that everything got out of hand, but at the end of the day, to answer your question, I think that they all were in cahoots, because remember when they got in the car, they all agreed to a plan. But what I think happened is, in the process of only Tory Lanez going to jail, he panicked. He panicked because they were together. So he didn't know if they were in cahoots. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't know if they were going to leave him, plan. It was the deal still on. So when he made that phone call, which was part of his downfall, you know what I'm saying? And he apologized. He went from apology to bribing to threatening. And then he started kind of terrorizing Meg Thee Stallion.
So would you say that Tory Lanez is a hood man? Like you said, like he's hood? Is he like you said earlier that he was focus driven. He comes from a family of a God-fearing family.
Yeah, he came from a God-fearing family, but it's like what happened in that situation was hood. What I mean by that is, if this would have happened on 88th and Crenshaw, you know what I'm saying? And they would have been regular, it probably wouldn't have came to this. I don't know why we forget that they were in front of Kylie Jenner's house in Rock Canyon, in the Hollywood Hills. That's one of the richest neighborhoods in Los Angeles. So not only did he put Meg Thee Stallion in danger, and this is how you have to look at it, because the defense's claim was that he suffered from AUD, right? And that's what made him have poor decision making and all of this. He didn't mean to do what he did, but the prosecution brought up the fact that he could have unalived Meg Thee Stallion. Not only
her, but somebody else.
Meg Thee Stallion, but just think of the neighborhood he was in, right? He could have, and drunk people don't have good aim. People that suffer from AUD, you don't have good aim. So you could have easily struck a child, anybody in any home. And then we would be in a murder case, and you would be looking at way more than what you got.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. And he ended up, his baby mama said he ends up drinking like a bottle a day.
What?
He drinks a bottle a day. He goes through withdrawals and stuff like that. If he doesn't have if he doesn't drink, and if he gets up in the morning, there's no marijuana to smoke, he's mad, he's angry. So I don't think that she did any good when she came up there and said all that, but you know.
So that's probably why he don't like jail, because they don't have marijuana and liquor. Okay, so we figured out the jail problem. Yeah, I don't see how that would help his situation at all, and I don't see why they would bring this in now. I've seen a lot of people saying that Tory Lanez should have said something when he had the chance during the trial. He didn't give the juries a reason to believe anything outside of what the prosecution said. Do you believe that it would have helped Tory if he would have spoke during the trial?
No. I don't think it would have helped at all, because at the end of the day, like I said, the nail in his coffin, this is not the reason why he got the time, but the nail in his coffin, because his mitigating factors would have worked in his favor if he would not have went online with all those shenanigans. You know, when he
was everything he did after.
Right. When he tweeted Megan about Meg Thee Stallion. Also, he said F the courts.
Mm-hmm.
After he violated the protective custody twice. He violated the protective custody when he went to the baby concert. He was within 100 yards of Meg Thee Stallion. So his bail was up. He violated his protective custody, and they upped his bail, right? And other one, I forgot what the other one was, where he violated his bail. So he violated the protective custody twice. On top of sucker punching August Alsina and celebrating about it, making a whole video about Meg Thee Stallion, and in it, he says, how do you get shot in your foot and don't hit no muscles or tendons? What are you talking about? So, yeah, all of those.
Yeah, and he was chopping up horses in the
Right.
music
They
video.
say that wasn't horse meat, and we didn't see what we saw, but his lyrics speak for it all. We know what the video was about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what I have a problem with, is what he did, all that he did to Meg Thee Stallion. If he would have just sat down and ate his food and waited, he would have got way less time. Because the prosecution, now this is the prosecution's argument. They argue that it was a lack of accountability. He terrorized the victim. The future likelihood of him going after Meg Thee Stallion is highly likely. And the brazen disregard for the protective order. And they think he poses a danger to the public because of what he did to August Alsina. Everything that the prosecution, almost everything that they were concentrating on, I'm not saying this is what convicted him, but I'm talking about today, what the main thing that they were concentrating on is him on social media. And they kept on driving that, saying it over and over again, and quoting his tweets. And that is what I'm telling y'all. That is what, yeah. Now, when the prosecution was speaking, Tory Lanez was frowning. He was mumbling, and then he wrote something to his lawyer. Yep. Let me see if I have any other highlights for you guys.
Toria says, do you think that he should have not gotten 10 years? She said that she think that he should have gotten less than 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think he should have got like 3 years. I do want to hold him accountable for his actions, but 10 fucking years? Hell no. And he's never had a prior.
A lot of people seem to believe that he's only going to do 4 of the 10 years.
Huh?
A lot of people only seem to believe that he's going to do only 4 of the 10 years, and he already got a credit for 360 days. 300 days. That's almost a year.
Days. Okay,
305 days. That's a year.
Let me see.
That's almost a year.
Right. Let me see.
Why did he get credit for these days? When did he have to sit in jail for 300 days?
He was in jail since July of when he got convicted.
Oh.
He'd been in there. And then they added some other days, but I didn't catch it. He did some other kind of time or something like that. Now, let me see. Let me just see. Any other highlights, you guys? Hold on. Now, let me look at the sentencing so we can get to that part, and then you guys can ask me questions if you want. Now, the judge ruled that he was ineligible for probation, right? Because the offense was that it was because of mental illness, and the judge threw that out. So he was ineligible for probation. His celebrity status was not a factor. One law for all. And the judge basically said, good people do bad things, okay? But actions have consequences. These are what the judge is saying before he gives a sentence. These are the things. He says, the actions have consequences. He said, let me see. He doesn't believe that he suffered from PTSD or mental illness, or the AUD is not valid, and the judge rejected all of those. Now,
The judge said that?
Huh?
He said, I don't believe.
Well, no, he said he's not concerned about the suffering from PTSD. But I mean, he don't believe. If he says it's not valid, he don't believe it.
Period.
You know. So yeah, let me see. So as far as the sentencing, let me see what information I have. Let's see. Okay, so as far as the sentencing, and I got this wrong on the tape, but count 1 and 3 are together. Count 1 and 3, he got 6 years. Count 2, he got 4 years.
Okay.
That's 10 years, and they gave him a 2-year stay, meaning that if he's on good behavior, they'll take off 2 years. But he does have to do 85% of his time. So I don't know if that might be 4 years. I don't know. But he has to do 85% of that time.
Of the 10 years?
Yes. You got to do 85% of that. And if he on good behavior, they'll take off 2 years.
Let's see what that is.
And he has to pay a restitution of $5,000 and some other legal fees. Yeah. But now I just want to tell you,
8.5 years.
The factors of the aggregating factors were the use of a weapon, victim was vulnerable, and the his post-incident behavior. I told y'all. He ran around and acted a fool, trying to get back at Megan. He wasn't thinking about his son. He wasn't thinking about his fun. He wasn't thinking about his money.
Now, what was on this video they showed y'all?
Oh, on the video, it was just a compilation of things that he's done, little clips from YouTube and stuff like that. But they put the sad violin behind it because I had tears in my eyes. When I seen all he did, I was like, oh my God, like, thank God I would have.
You would thought you was at a funeral, huh?
Funeral.
Front row.
They showed a collage of different pictures of his mom. They showed a collage of him when he was little, and they just kept it up there as they were talking. So you're just
now, what were they saying about his mom? Because they said something about his mom passed away when he was a child, and a lot of this is stemming from his mom. His alcohol use stems from like his losing his mom, and they were kind of trying to put a lot of this on the passing of his mother.
Yeah, but the thing that shot that down was their own witness, was the defense's own witness, because in one of the doctors that testified said in his report that Tory had been going through all this stuff, but once he reached adulthood, a certain point of adulthood, he changed. He changed and left that childhood behind. And he changed and he was a better person. And the prosecution zeroed in on that. So their own witness said that, they're up here like, he's all childhood trauma, But the doctor's like, oh, when he turned 18, when he became an adult, he changed his life around. And he was a better person. But you guys know Tory Lanez got his name, and he's had this erratic behavior, this poor decision making since he was 11. It's never changed because he got his name Lanez from what? Weaving in and out of traffic. He used to run as a child into traffic and just weave in and out and just dodge the cars. That's why his name is Lanez. That's why they gave him the name Lanez, because he used to play in traffic lanes. Come on now. Yeah.
Oh. My. Now he got to play inside the box. Oh, it's crazy. What do you think about Megan's statement? Do you feel like Megan is going to be, are Megan is satisfied with this verdict, 10 years?
Yeah, I'm sure as soon as she heard it, they're probably partying right now. Because like I said, this is hood culture. She's not sitting down, girl. And then she has a deal with Nike. Okay, she's doing fitness videos. And they showed that, like, ain't nothing wrong with her foot. She got this, she got that. So, I mean, I see it as she's going on with her life. What do you want her to do? Just stand and just, you know what I'm saying? And who are we to say that she doesn't have pain? Because in the statement, it claims that Thee Stallion says she still has persistent pain from that injury. So
I'm sure she does, because she never stopped dancing. She still had to keep dancing after that.
Right.
She still kept performing after that. And then she said she was going to take a year off, which she did. I think a little bit more than a year off, This whole ordeal cost her a lot of money. A lot of money. She was at the top of her game, too, when this happened. And, They asked Megan if she wanted to be compensated. She wanted to get like her medical bills, or she wanted anything from this. She said, "No, I don't want anything from him. Nothing at all." Shout out to Owner Spot in the building. Thank you, Freyo, for the $20 super chat. You guys remember to support Crown Family. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, however you want to do it. My Cash App is pinned in the chat, and Lisa's is right there on the screen. Remember to support Lisa Blonay. This is our media team. She hits the red carpets for us. She goes down and she covers the court cases for us. She's been just a gem ever since I met her. She was on the SOS panel. She's really talented. She has her own YouTube channel, Blonay Media, right here on YouTube. I want you guys all to follow Blonay Media right here on YouTube. Also, I want you guys all to follow her on Instagram, because that's where she puts all the tea first. Okay, that's where all of the media and all of the stuff go first, and then she puts it together and she slides it on her YouTube channel, and she gives her commentary, and it's all really good. I want you guys to follow Lisa Blonay on every platform. We've been actually networking and working together for a while now, so a familiar face around here. I want you guys all to support. She's been catching a bus down to the courthouse so that and she's been on time, she's been early, she's been late, she's been everything, but she's been there. Okay, so I want you guys to support. The Cash App is right there on the screen. Guys,
So I'll let you guys go, but in closing, I do want to say just these things. Tory Lanez is his own worst enemy. And how I look at it is, and I told you guys he was going to fall on his own sword. And ultimately, what did him in, I'm not saying this is why he got sentenced, in my opinion, by being in the courtroom and repeatedly hearing the prosecution say this, it was his actions online. And I don't know if you guys know, but there are traditional factors, and then there are the new enhancements that has been initiated, I think, don't get me, I don't know quite, kind of from the district attorney, meaning that now that we have social media, they can bring that into the courtroom. We already knew that. And that's what sealed him. If we weren't, they brought in that social media. They brought in the social media. And like I said, Tory Lanez has displayed erratic, dangerous behavior, poor decision-making, and an ego.
Absolutely.
You know,
that ego.
And a fun fact, you guys, as Tory Lanez was talking for his life, he was talking for his life. He could not even think of the word sympathy or empathy. As he was talking, he was trying to think of the word sympathy. He could not even think of the word. You know how he said it? His lawyer, allegedly, I think, because I saw his lawyer kind of lean and say the word sympathy, and then he said it. Horrible. Horrible.
It looks like we have a question backstage, Lisa. Before you go, let's see what the question is. Hey, Chaotic Truth, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Hey.
You got a question for us?
I do. Tory Lanez, where does this do you think that this violent nature amongst Black men is genetic?
No, I do not. I do not think it's genetic. I think it is learned behavior from the hood.
Okay.
And the reason why I say this, you guys, is I personally have been in situations not like this, but in a situation like this, where a man and a woman or two women fight. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If somebody gets hurt, they may not get shot in the foot, but that's everyday hood behavior. I don't know what's going on, but I've dated gangbangers before. And that was the culture. For my man to come and lay his GUN on the dresser when he comes home and I hand him his dinner plate is normal. Was normal to me. When I was Meg Thee Stallion and all them ages, it was. We're arguing. We call each other out our name. We break up every week. I was in a lot of toxic relationships, and this is a toxic situation which is normalized. And if they wouldn't have been in the Hollywood Hills, it probably wouldn't have took this turn. If they weren't celebrity, I mean, come on now. If you see Meg Thee Stallion.
Do you think that the do you mind if I ask some more questions or ask some more questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that the black race, and I'm talking about not just the Negro in America, but the Negro in terms of the Pan African, do you think that the Negro will advance or evolve socially to be more like the Japanese or the small hats? I don't want to say the J people, but do you think that we will one day be like them?
Not without a leader. No,
not without a plan.
Not without another Martin Luther King. Not without a Tupac. And guess who else knows that? Guess who else knows that?
Go ahead.
The white man knows that. That's why they always take out our leaders. Now, it shouldn't be that way, but that's how I feel, because it's too much disarray. It's too much division. You know what I'm saying? And the Willie Lynch letter is the basis and the foundation for everything that's going on. Because remember, Willie Lynch was one of the top slave owners. And people would brag about his slaves. They would brag so much that people would send for him to come to their plantation and teach them what he was doing with his slaves. So he wrote that book called the Willie Lynch letter. And in that letter, he says, teach this to your sons, teach this to your daughters, and this will last for thousands of years.
I've always said that weed smoking and alcohol usage is the gateway to hell, and particularly amongst Negroes. Do you think that if the Negro stopped smoking dope, you think that he could elevate himself or herself?
No, it's going to take more than that. Now that could play into it, but it starts in the home. And the problem, I think, with Black America is generational curse. It's repeated behavior that goes on for generation. It's never checked because it's normalized. You know?
I know I'm asking 1,001 questions, but I have a theory on the violent nature, particularly of the African American. It's the inability to speak proper English. Now, people may say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, English is a very vast language. People say that it's one of the hardest languages to learn. When you hear broken English, particularly Ebonics, you don't hear great syntax. And a lot of Ebonics sounds very negative. Is it the inability of the Black to speak properly that causes the inability to rationalize and come to a conclusion? You understand what I'm saying or asking?
I understand, but my question for you is,
go ahead.
What does this have to do with Tory Lanez case?
Well, it has everything to do with Tory Lanez. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think that the Black race.
And what is your opinion on the Tory Lanez case?
My opinion on Tory Lanez case is that the Black man is violent. Typically, the Black man does not have good resolution skills. The Black man, not all Black men, but I would say 75% of Black men are prone to violence, quick to violence, don't have the IQ to de-escalate or rationalize situations.
And Black men everywhere, not just Black men in America, Black men in Canada.
I'm talking about Black men. I said pan. Remember, I said Pan-African. So I'm talking about all the Blacks.
Okay.
Blacks in Africa, Blacks in the UK, Blacks in America.
Blacks, period.
It's Blacks, period. And if I've noticed this I'm 38. And I've noticed this all my life. And I've noticed that the Black may have a genetic flaw that goes back thousands of years. And I think that this Tory Lanez thing should be a perfect example as to why I think that Blacks should start to practice genetic engineering and eugenics. the Tory Lanez is a short black man, and I've noticed that short black, especially dark blacks, are typically more prone to violence. So it didn't surprise me when I heard about Tory Lanez, and I don't even really know who he is. I don't listen to rap because it sounds like baboon music, but when I see this dude, I see what I've always seen: the short black angry Negro who's just absolutely violent. And this is why I stay away from Negroes, and why most people do. But that's if you wanted me to be completely blunt about my thoughts on Tory Lanez. Go ahead, sir.
Absolutely. So, what do you mean you stay away from Negroes? Like, you prefer the company of Caucasians?
Yeah, I
Oh.
prefer the company of law of peace and cookouts, large gatherings of blacks. If I'm invited, I stay can I curse over here?
A little bit.
Okay, I stay the fuck away from a large number of blacks because if it's black people, Negroes are going to be smoking dope, drinking, and they have an inability to rationalize. It's going to be a shooting, a fight, something, because we bring negativity to environments, whereas most whites really don't, and most Asians really don't. I even have to say, even Hispanics, they really don't. It's generally like heaven being around these people. But when I'm around blacks, it's these things really don't surprise me. Like with Tory Lanez, he's drinking.
Your opinion is so
well, you asked me, but you asked me.
Like, are you being serious though?
You said said ask questions, and I did, and then you asked me my opinion, right? So I'm giving you my opinion. This is my opinion. I think that the black man needs to really dig deep into this Tory Lanez thing. Why would this guy, and I had to be told that he's an award-winning singer. Why would this guy waste his career, ruin his life, destroy his life? All it took was 1 second. And a lot of black men are in the penitentiary because of that 1 second. I worked in the courts. I was a probation officer. And I'm telling you, the darker,
on the spot in the building.
Sorry. The darker the skin, the worse the behavior. And a lot of short. Give me a second, ma'am. Hold on. Listen. He asked me my opinion, and I'm telling you what I've always thought. Maybe I should have just kept asking you the questions, but we have to study this. Why? Why is the short black Negro so violent? We have to look at it like science.
And how tall are you?
Sir, put it this way. I can't dunk a basketball, but I am a superior black. I don't know why. I just embrace logic. I embrace reasoning. But most blacks are not like me. And it's unfortunate. And I love black people. I love my people. But I have to be truthful about black people, especially the dark blacks, especially the blacks who look like me, because I've seen it.
Are you married?
I am. I actually got married 2 years ago, by the way. And actually in August, 2 years ago in August. I'm married to a beautiful, tall black woman she looks Sudanese, actually. I actually like thin, tall, dark women. But the thing of the matter is, we have to look at this and dig deep. Why? Why did he ruin his life? Because the black man is about destruction. Look at most black kids. I'm probably older than you, sir. I'm 38. I've seen Negroes destroy communities in a matter of years. I've seen it. I've seen beautiful communities destroyed by niggas. They litter, they loiter. They smoke weed in the park. They shoot. People don't go to the businesses because they're afraid of getting shot at because niggas is randomly shooting. But then if you bring it up in conversation, are you trolling? Are you a comedian? Are you being for real? I'm being dead serious. It's something's wrong with our race. And this Tory Lanez thing says it all.
Okay.
Well, So what?
Thank you for not kicking me off yet.
So your solution to the problem is
my solution, my good sir.
Doing something with genetics?
I'm gonna yes. My solution, my good sir. Are you a Q?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, I thought I was. Never mind. My solution is we have to breed for intelligence. A large numbers of blacks need to stop breeding. Period. And that's how we will fix our race.
I think this is a good question right here. Who traumatized you? What happened to you?
Sir,
What did somebody black do to you?
Nigga culture has traumatized me. I see a culture that could be superior, but all I see are niggas smoking weed. All they talk about is having sex, talk about their clothes, talk about nonsense. Ask a nigga, hey nigga, what do you think about the Malacca Strait? What's that? Hey, what do you think about semiconductors? Man, what's that? They don't think about nothing other than black ignorance. And thank you for not kicking me off, sir. Thank you for allowing me to talk. I really appreciate you. But that's the truth.
Okay, so just
Go
let me
ahead.
say this. Let me say this.
Go ahead. Go
The
ahead.
Tory Lanez situation, I don't think it's a good example because Tory Lanez is a narcissist. Not only does he suffer from trauma, which a lot of us do, and that's no excuse, but it was learned behavior. It was he was not born that way. It was learned behavior that went untreated, undiagnosed.
They said, what niggas is you around?
I'm not around. I'm not around, sir. To answer your question, I'm not around any niggas. I try to stay away from blacks as much as possible because of our nature. We have a primitive.
What about
nature.
your mother?
Even the
where's your fam? Where's your parents?
Sir.
Where's your family?
Sir, I even stay away from people in my family. Doesn't matter if the nigga got a master's degree or if the nigga got a high school degree. Black people generally are negative people. And it ain't got nothing to do with trauma. It has everything to do with just culture. And it goes back thousands of years. The nigga couldn't even get along in Africa. How did you have thousands of languages? It's because the nigga couldn't get along in Africa. Thousands. Even to this.
I'm sorry your family did that to you. Hey, on the spot, what's going on, friend?
Hey, King, it's so good to see you.
Nice to see you, friend.
And the beautiful Lisa Blonay, and shout out to your special guest next to me.
Yes.
I think, Lisa, I hope you're doing okay. Congratulations, by the way, on all of your coverage and everything that you're doing over on the lituation and the whole lituation. Everybody love you guys. And shout out to the Crown family. I see you guys saying hi in the chat. But you know, your guest, I've seen him before. He is a bit of a provocateur. So I don't want Lisa to be too upset. I just don't want her to, to be too upset. But I do believe in critiquing the culture. I believe in I think we should be able to gatekeep our culture. I think we should be improving our culture. I think we should be building as a culture. So I don't think that we're above that, but I think he's, being a little bit, a little trolly. I think that's, kind of his way. And which I think is okay. I think is okay as long as you're not, harming anyone and people understand what's going on. But I think it's okay for us to, take a look at what we do, if that's good for us long term, and, to see if we want to continue in that path or change the culture. Because as Black Americans, we created a culture here because we were cut off from our original culture. So all of these things that we have created, jazz, hip hop, our lingo, which he referenced, which are now very interestingly, used in, world, nationwide commercials now by these huge corporations. They're talking about being lit. They're talking about it hits different. I think I saw like a medication commercial.
I
They're
think
like,
people talk about lituation this and lituation that. I'm like, where my money at? Where my money at?
Yes. Pay the king. Pay the king.
Okay.
Look, that's one thing about Black culture that I wanted to direct towards the panel, the gentleman that's on the panel, of the things that you were
His
saying
name is Chaotic.
about
Chaotic, Mr. Chaotic.
About the things that you were saying about the Black culture and all of the negative things, whether it's, I can tell you right now, whether it's negative or positive, we influence this world. All of the races that you named, We influence them through our music, through our culture, through our fashion, through our voices. They're calling each other nigga. We got Mexicans calling each other nigga. We got Chinese kids calling each other.
I don't want this to happen.
The fuck?
Beautiful Lisa. Wait.
Everybody wants to be like us. Everybody's getting a BBL.
Oh my God.
Look, let me calm down.
This is what I wanted to prevent. You're absolutely right. I don't want you to be worked up.
Wait a minute.
This is what he talking about, Lisa. This is why he stay away from the cookouts.
What was a BBL? What I want to ask you is, what was a BBL before Sir Mix-a-Lot came out with his song to show praise for the Black woman's body? Before Sir Mix-a-Lot came out with that song, I didn't feel good about my body that I was born with, the hips and the booty and the natural blackness that I was born with, until a rapper came out and praised me and opened my eyes to what I really was. And I know it was just a regular rap song about booty, but it is so much more because it shaped how we are today. People are dying on the surgery table to get a big booty, and they're not trying to be like a white girl. They puff their lips. They darken their skin because we are the culture. Everybody wants to be us. We're so bad, and we're so this and we're that. Why is every culture following us? Why is every culture calling each other nigga and there's no Black people around? Because they want to be us.
I ain't gonna lie.
I failed.
Go to the cookout for a little bit of drama. Whatever drama that's gonna be at the cookout, that's why I go. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I'd rather go to the cookout with a little bit of drama than a cookout with stale potato salad.
Why is a white woman wearing a wig?
It's called secret hair.
Why is she braiding her hair up that's this long and this straight to put on a wig? Why is she adding pieces in her hair?
Wow!
I feel like I came up here to prevent this, and I failed. I'm so sorry, Miss Lisa. I don't want. She's so beautiful. I love her, and I don't want her to be upset. This man,
can I give a
Mr.
response,
Chaotic, is just.
Can I give a response, please?
He likes to provoke these kinds of things, and everything you said, Lisa, was right.
Can I give a response, please, now?
Yes.
You Blacks can't be serious. The biggest exports. Hold on for a second. The biggest exports out of America are gasoline and fuels, crude petroleum.
Wait. If we are Blacks, what are you?
Lisa, breathe.
I'm Black too.
Breathe.
So it's us Blacks.
Okay, us Blacks.
Okay, there we go.
It's funny. The biggest exports that come out of America are gasoline and fuels, crude petroleum, natural gas, civilian aircraft parts, passenger vehicles. I can go on. The Black culture ain't influencing nobody. And even if some stupid Hispanics or some stupid whites are saying nigga, that doesn't mean anything. What's important on a grand scale is technology. It's medicine. It's aircraft. It's submarines, computers. We ain't influencing nothing. That's what y'all don't get. And that's the tragedy of it. You're going to let this, no offense.
What are you
you're gonna let
doing
this,
about it?
Hold on for a second. You're going to let this half breed, this quadroon come up over here, cosplay as being Black. And trick you Blackies into believing something that is false. I bet you she don't date nothing but white boys. Respectfully.
I'll respond.
You can't fool me. I went to school with people like you. You can't fool me. It was always some high yellow chick talking about blackness. Like what? And dating white boys and then live around niggas. And so what I'm saying is this. East Indians ain't trying to be Black. If they were trying to be Black, they would speak Ebonics. They would wear Black clothes. I'm sorry, they would emulate Black culture. East Indians, no one.
Lisa, like carry up
even to prove your point.
I'm next. He called me out. I'm next.
Even to prove your point wrong. People don't move around Black people. African countries aren't the most visited in terms of tourism. There ain't no big tourism.
Let me get a glass of tap water, okay?
I would love to finish. I was quiet the entire time that you guys were talking, but just like blacks cutting another black off.
You know, that's what us niggas
I
do.
go to white
live.
panels. I go to white.
That's
I go
why
to
you
white
don't
panels.
fit in
They
at the
listen to me.
cookout. You don't know how to get in where you fit in. Ain't nobody.
I don't want to go because it's gonna be a
quiet.
shooting.
Well, the food is better.
Well, that's true.
The
food
music is
I ain't gonna
better.
lie. Okay, now you got me on that one.
This is my grandmother, by the way. This is my grandmother, by
Goddess.
the way. Pure Indian.
Goddess.
My
Beautiful.
grandmother, by the
Goddess.
way.
Ma'am, can I finish?
My grandmother is pure Indian. Just want to show you.
Can I finish, please?
They're
The
not
link
trying
is
to
in
be
the
black,
chat.
they are
Anybody
black.
can come up on the
Oh my
panel.
God. I'm just gonna go on mute because I respected when you guys were talking. Can I talk?
That's
Can I
the
talk?
clear thing to do.
What I'm saying is this.
Look, that's the clear thing to do.
Just because some mentally ill white people are calling each other niggas doesn't mean anything. What drives white society is ingenuity and progress. The astronauts that are white aren't calling each other niggas. The CEOs of these Fortune 500 companies aren't calling each other niggas. The people who really are the movers and shakers. Some hillbillies calling each other niggas. So what? Some little kids on video games saying nigga. That don't mean nothing. Culture is technology. Culture is engineering. Culture is architecture. Culture is not, oh yeah, they say nigga like me. Come on, stop. Grow up. Grow up. And stop letting these quadroons consult you darkies on being black. Stop. What color is your boyfriend? 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 What color is your boyfriend?
Hashtag on a spot. I'm all about our culture progressing in terms of property ownership. That's why I'm here on the platform. I am not a quadroon. I have 2 Black parents I'm very proud of. I want to say, Lisa, your family member that you showed is absolutely beautiful. I'm so sorry you're upset. I don't want you to take this as seriously as you are because you've done such great work and you're such a beautiful person.
Nobody to take serious.
Right, exactly. And I love you, OKP. So glad to see you in the Crown family. I'm going to drop down, but I'm sure some people will come up and share their opinions as well.
Yes.
Have a good night, guys. Much love.
Thank
you. Notice she didn't answer my question. What color is her boyfriend? I bet you he's a white boy. I'm telling you. I know these. No, she's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's white. I know her. I know her type.
He black.
She's cosplaying as one of us.
We got a whole nother show planned after this show. Any closing thoughts? Closing thoughts, people.
Salute to you guys. It was great to be over here. Thank you so much for letting me up. But thank you for not kicking me off, man. Salute to you. Salute to you.
Take your plate and go.
Have a good one, man. Peace.
Bye, friend.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, what was that, y'all? I don't know what that was. When girl, it seemed like he got some stuff going on
Definitely
from childhood.
Some self-hate going on, but we're gonna get
They said bye to White. They said self-hate is a big girl. He was not received well over here. Don't he know we keep it blackity black over here? He's like black. He's like
it's always the dark-skinned short niggas. Are you crazy?
But girl, I'm sure he dark skinned, 4 feet tall. What I asked him is now he didn't answer that question. When I asked him how tall he was, he didn't answer that question with period. That's is this a joke? I feel like it was a joke. I do feel like it was a skit when on period. He was strange. He was strange. I thought it was funny. I thought it was very entertaining. I definitely got a laugh out of it.
I'm not laughing. Not funny.
What part did you not like? It was very disturbing. The part I didn't like when he was saying, "you black people." I'm like, so what are you? Like that's what I have to correct him. Like it's just a us thing because if you're gonna talk, you talk about you in this loop too. Whenever you get through, like, what? How do you identify? I seen someone ask, so I was like, yeah, girl, what's going over here? A lot of people say not funny. Yeah, not funny. I think he probably should. I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't use Tory Lanez as a perfect example because some people just miss the obvious. You know what I'm saying? He got
Yeah.
drunk. They got into it. She said something he didn't like, and it went from there. Because remember, they all was fighting. Remember, at first they all were fighting each other. They all were fighting each other. It could have been as simple as that. Why we can't just look at this simplistic thing? A lot of men are driven by their pride and their ego. And if you damage that, or you know what I'm saying, you hurt that, they will do extreme things. I've seen it done. It doesn't have to be something that's so astronomical, like, you know, he has some type of disease or anything like that. He's a man. He probably overreacted.
Yeah, and I don't like how you said that, you know, all black men have a problem. You know, and he tried to associate it with genetics, and that we should do some kind of genetic coding and stuff. That's why, you know, when he said that, I immediately took it as like, oh, this has got to be some kind of joke. We're supposed to genetically engineer all the black men in the world because you feel like there's something wrong. And that's why I was asking him questions like, well, what is your solution? And he didn't really have one.
Right.
And have, you know, you would think somebody that spends so much time critiquing the community as a whole would have some sort of solution for these things that you say are a problem. Your problem is genetic engineering. So my question, what I wanted to ask him, but he was just talking so much, I was like, let me just get his ass up out of here. What does he do for a living? Unless you are a geneticist, you should shut the fuck up.
You say unless you a geneticist.
You should shut the fuck up because you don't even, you're not offering any solutions. You just out here bad mouthing the same community that you're part of. So I just thought he was a joke.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah. And I'm sorry, guys, that I kind of went off.
No, you went off in a very good way. Okay, you. That's what we like around here in the home with the situation. She said, girl, everybody want to be us whenever you get through. Period. Okay, period. She said, I like big butts and I cannot lie. Other than the case in lie. When I see it's a little bit of waste, and when I'm thinking in your face, I get okay, period. That was his head wig, girl.
Yeah, that kicked off the BBL movement. He don't know that. Talking about we don't influence. Boy, please.
Girl, he was upset. He was upset with girl. I don't know what he came around here for. All that win, girl. I was like, girl. I was trying to hear him out.
You know why? Because when I was talking about hood and how I was in Toxic Blake, that's why he came up to kind of trying to challenge me, like to put me in that situation. And I mean, there was a time in my life when I only hung out with gangsters and strippers. You know what
I
I'm
knew
saying?
he was in the wrong place when I seen him backstage. I said, that's one of them doodoo chasers right there. Isn't it? I said, he definitely wanted Thermisha Mokashay out of Zay Jenkins for his people with, okay? He definitely gives off doodoo chaser vibes when, okay? Appear like he just got done digging in a bowl of shit. Yes, he did, and came over here to spread the love. Girl, please, we don't want none of it. We don't want none of it.
Know better, you do better. Stunner girl, huh? We be at red carpets, boo. Just FYI, okay? We ain't hanging around dust mites and hanging at the liquor store all the time. Okay, we versatile over here, homie. Okay, we be at red carpets mingling with the same people that you talking about. Okay, like
they said I wish I had a folding chair for that guy. I cannot. Okay. Oh,
that was good though.
Ooh. It was funny. I mean, he had funny moments. I think I mean, he's giving me like he was some sort of comedian. And maybe he was stopping by to work on the set. Okay, up here. Keep working on it, friend. Okay, up here. Make sure you got a quiet audience. Okay.
No, I think number one, I think he was serious. He's a little disturbed and needs a little bit of you know.
Well, I could tell that he wasn't that serious because when I asked him like what traumatized you, he kind of like was joking about that, like you know, like you would think that if somebody that looks like us feels that type of way, they would have like an instance to where black people did something to them that made them feel in this way, and he didn't have anything. He was just like, oh, everybody just, it's just the whole culture as a whole. Like, boy, shut up.
Well, what I wanted to ask him is at 38, if you've always felt this way, what did you do at 20? What have you done to do a change? Like you haven't, what did you do at 25? Because it damn sure was this way when you was 25.
Okay.
It damn sure was this way when you was 30. What was you doing then?
Okay, you can't come over here pulling rank. It don't matter if you're 25, 28, 38, 58. I am the official kingpin around here. Okay, oh, period. Nobody care about none of that. You was just talking when I thought some of the stuff he said was funny, but a lot of it was just like, okay, is he serious? And he was over talking. He was loud when, I should have dropped the one he made you upset. But I really liked what you said when you was upset. I was like, okay, go off, friend. Everybody in the chat was cheering for you. They was like, go off, Flonag. They was like, yes, friend, okay, period. Everybody in the chat was going up. So I was like, okay.
I'm talking to y'all.
Yeah, but I guess that's his opinion. I mean, he really, it really was just giving self-hate. That's his opinion about himself. At the end of the day, he don't know none of us. Shit, you don't know me. Shit, I don't know who he know. He's a silly man. Yeah, I don't know who he know, who he been talking to, who hurt him when, who touched him as a child. But something happened. Okay, something definitely happened and got him acting like that when. But yeah, Lisa, I appreciate you so much for coming up here and all that you do for the Lituation Network. Thank you for going down to the Tory Lanez trial. Thank you for coming through to keep us updated, sending us the notes and all of the receipts when. You guys be sure to bless Lisa. She done called a bus, a train, an aeroplane, and all of the things to make sure that we have all of the tea in the news before anybody else win. Okay, period. We front line with ABC, TNT, NBC. We be down there with all of the news crews. Okay, on period, right there in the front win. Okay, we get the news when they get the news. Okay, on period. So you guys continue to support the home of the Lituation. It's up and it's stuff. We got another show.
Guys.
Afterlife. He was giving false prophets, spreading lies about the black community. Absolutely. At first he the demeanor when he came up here, he tried to make like he was fake woke type of thing. He was giving like, oh, I'm woke and this is what we should be doing. But when asked, okay, what is your solution? Because I was kind of over all of the denouncing and grading of the community. That's why I was like, well, what is your solution? Okay, enough with all of that. What is your solution? And when he ain't had no solution, I was kind of just like, okay, you're a clown. Okay, on period. And then on the spot came up here, okay, on period. And she said, she kind of said that she vouched for him and she seen him around and that's kind of what he does. Okay, on period. So he gives that, maybe he's a comedian of some sort. When I don't know. I'm definitely not looking him up. Yes, definitely not looking him up. Although I gotta laugh, he wasn't my type of tea. Okay, on period. People tagging me in the Tory Lanez update. Yikes, I'm a part of the case. Period. I'm a part of the case. Yes, it is. Well, who is this? What idea? Okay. My. Oh, I hope that you guys like this video. Like this video, like this video, like this video. Oh. Like this video. Okay. So I got another video planned after the show. Let me go ahead and first time here. Okay. Shout out to you. Okay, up here. Make sure that you guys are liking this video, subscribe to this video. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Okay, on period. You guys are the real MVPs. Subscribe to this video and turn all your notifications on. That way you don't miss the lituation. We have another lituation plan directly after the show. Okay, let me go ahead and get that started because we're about to jump right into that. Okay, Jaguar Wright is tired of TJ, and TJ sets up Naisha and the kids for Jaguar. Okay, on period. Don't call it a sacrifice. And I have an exclusive interview with the Sober Living House. Okay, on period. So you guys tune into the next live video when it's up and it's stuck. What happened? She said I never been called a blackly grill. What? I don't know what he was giving. I don't know what he was giving, grill. That's why I corrected him. If anybody's a blackie, we all blackies. Okay, on period. Like, what are you talking about? I should have dropped him when he said that. Oh, they said we tired of her as well. I know that's right. He thought he was at a Trump rally. Okay. Wrong video. Yes, and Blonay's grandma was beautiful. Absolutely. He was definitely in the wrong room. Absolutely. Okay, on period. That's why I kept cutting his ass off because he was getting on my nerves. Okay, on period. He needs to move in that basement with Jag. Okay, period. Let me go start that video up when. Oh, maybe I need to end this one. Okay. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the video win. Oh, and that's another reason why I don't be letting people up onto the show. That's why I don't be taking questions and stuff. He is an op to his own culture. Obviously, his parents sheltered him in a fake world. He said he don't mess with his parents. Just a self-hating Negro, okay, on period. And y'all need to see that. Y'all need to see that because we talked about this on yesterday. We absolutely talked about this yesterday. Didn't we do a show on prejudice yesterday? If like that's absolutely what prejudice looks like. And prejudice to your own people. My. This situation is giving you heartburn. He would rather run away from his culture than to stay and uplift his culture. My. I hear you, friend. He was sheltered definitely for sure. Look at his haircut. Yeah, so that's part of the reason I allowed him to stay because I seen the people in the chat talking about this is what we talked about yesterday, King. This is what we talked about yesterday. This is prejudice. This is what prejudice looks like. And I'm just like, I know. They said, yep, I never saw that before, black on black prejudice. So, it was definitely something that we needed to see. Okay. It was definitely something that we needed to see. Okay, on period. We're gonna have Dr. I believe it's Sharice on the show again soon, and she's gonna break down, the constructs of racism and prejudice. Okay, on period. And we definitely gonna ask her about this black on black prejudice that's going on because it was just weird. It was just weird. Okay, on period. This is a business. He came to play on Fish King Payne channel. Okay, on period. He's a dusty a girl win. Okay, on period. I agree with the majority, but what's wrong with bettering ourselves? Hard truths. Absolutely. The problem is he didn't have a solution for what he was saying, and that he was playing too much. That's what the problem is. And then it was the blackies and all of the insults. This was like, hold on. Okay, on period. They said bring the straight jackets out. His delivery was all wrong. Okay, on period. He is really trying to make a point. The delivery was all wrong. His delivery was all wrong. He didn't even have the facts, period. Absolutely. I would have to absolutely agree. He called himself dark. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about himself. I don't know. The self-hate is real. The self-hate is real. Yeah, Blonay was good. She was definitely a good sport. Okay, on period, because girl. Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot. I love you all. Let's head over to the next live video. Until next time, I'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you all for watching.